This happened 3 years ago, when I was still in the 2nd grade of high school, when I went camping in Izu with 4 of my friends. We put up the tents and everything was ready. We played in the river until the sun set, and after dinner, we talked about what to do with our long night. "Hey, there's a famous suicide spot near here," one of my friends suddenly said. According to him, there was a cliff only a few minutes' walk from where we were camping, and numerous people had jumped from there over the years. We were all together and we were interested in seeing something scary. In the end, we decided to head over and check it out. We walked along a stone path that seemed to cut through the forest, and before long, we reached the end where we could look down over the ocean. Yes, we had reached the cliff in question. Here was where numerous people had jumped from. It was dark, so we couldn't see anything, and only the sound of the waves echoed. But the rumbling of the earth each time the waves hit the cliff face made the ground tremble, like it was coming after us. We stood there for a moment, but then we of course grew scared. Why the hell does the ground shake from the waves alone? We should probably head back now, man. We hurried back to the path in the forest. However, I felt eyes on me as we walked through the trees, and then I saw it. A bloody, severed head floating in the air. It appeared through the trees like it was hovering, and as our eyes met, it glared hatefully at me. The terrifying expression on its face was full of rage, and it continued staring at me as it floated in the air. Suddenly, I started trembling and screamed before I could stop myself. My other friends realized the head was there thanks to the sound of my voice, and they all froze on the spot, unable to move. The head flew towards us with terrifying speed, as though it was going to attack us. But then, as the head reached the path we were standing on, it suddenly stopped in its tracks. It tried to fly towards us again and again, but for some reason, it couldn't. It moved towards us, and then back again, like an encroaching wave. I screamed and started running. This was our only chance to escape, I thought. Everyone else started running after me, and we ran all the way back to the tents. We gathered in the same one and waited for daybreak, trembling. But until morning came, none of us felt like we were actually alive. But why couldn't that head enter the path? Should we go check it out again? Let's just leave it be. Still, as the sun's rays hit us and we came back to life, we decided to check out that path one more time. We went all the way to the same spot where we saw the head. When we got there, one of my friends seemed to notice something. "Hey, check that out." Everyone looked in the direction he was pointing, and there was some old sacred rope tied around a few trees. The head couldn't come this way because of the sacred rope. That sacred rope was no doubt meant to separate the path from the trees. Somebody put it there to protect against the monsters that might come from the other side. It was to protect us. Without thinking, we all turned to the rope and put our hands together in prayer. But there was something that was still on my mind. That head. It must still be out there, even now, floating amongst the trees. Supposing someone runs into it on the other side of the rope, then it would no doubt drag them towards the cliff and throw them over into the ocean. There's no doubt in my mind that there are numerous people who have been killed by that head, counted amongst those who jumped over the cliff.